How easy would it be to sell every sellable prospect if you could read their minds? I want you to think about that. If you could actually see in your prospect's mind, if you knew every reason why someone would buy your product or service, and if you knew every reason why they wouldn't, in other words, what might get in the way, what are the deal killers were, if you knew what their motivations were, how strong they were, how every motivation and every reason they would have to buy your product or service personally impacted them. Every fear, anxiety, every time they started to feel pressure. If you knew all of that, could you sell every sellable prospect? Well, of course you could. The answer is yes, of course you could. So I want to tell you how you can mind read. I want to tell you how you can at least get as close as you can get to mind reading, which is pure, open, and honest conversation. Now, if you want pure, open, honest conversation, there's just a few things you need to do. The biggest is to relieve pressure. So let me give you one tool you can use to relieve pressure. At the beginning of every conversation, let your prospect know this one thing. Hey, at the end of this, if you decide to take some type of action, if you decide to move forward in some way, awesome. But if not, no big deal, no sweat, no pressure. It's completely okay. I talk to a lot of people. Not everyone buys, and I fully expect that. So my only goal here is just to make sure we have the right conversation so you can figure out whether it makes sense to take some type of step forward or whether it makes sense to stop after this conversation. And again, whichever way we go, wherever we get to, that's completely okay. So there's many things you can do to mind read, to relieve that pressure. But that's one of the biggest. So remember, never start a sales call, never start a conversation without letting your prospect know that, hey, yes is good, but no's okay too.